So we haven't been uploading much at the moment due to the coronavirus lockdown. We can't get together to do some games. So I've been spending my time on eBay looking for old games to buy. One game that I've had my eye on for a while is Tyranid Attack. So I managed to get this for quite a good price, £41. Only had 2 bidders. I bid 60, but I got it for 41, so I thought it was quite good. So with the help of my trusty model knife, let's open it up and have a look what we've got. So this is a promising start. It looks like it's been well packaged by whoever sold it. It's always nice when you get something from eBay that's someone's taken a bit of care to package up. Okay, let's have a look at the box front art first and see what we've got. So we can see in the background here are some Space Marine scouts, and in the front, fighting the Tyranid warriors, we've got some Deathwing Terminators. You can tell that because they're in the white Terminator armor with the Dark Angel symbol. And this Terminator over here with a slightly different helmet design is a librarian. Now they're powerful psychers. The helmet design is because they're wearing a psychic hood, which helps focus their psychic powers. And also you can see he's got a force axe, which is a kind of powerful psychic hand-to-hand weapon. And you can see down the bottom it says struggle against alien invaders in the 41st millennium. Sounds good. Let's have a look at the back. Okay, the ultimate struggle for the fate of mankind. You get a picture of what you get in the box. Hopefully we've got all that in this box. I think when I bought it, the guy said it's pretty much complete, and from the photos that he posted, it did seem to have most of the components with it. It says Tyranid Attack is the ultimate struggle between the defenders of humanity and the terrifying alien hordes of the Tyranids. So yeah, they're really kind of selling this, aren't they? It's going to be an epic battle. And then we can see down the bottom here we've got a Tyranid warrior in a kind of red colour scheme. And then over on the top right here we've got the Space Marine Scout Squad. And then underneath that we've got some painted examples of Terminators, Gene Stealers, Gene Stealer hybrids, and the Terminator Librarian. Okay, let's have a look in the box then. So again, it looks like the seller's done a really nice job packaging it all up for me. So these look like the 6 Tyranid warriors, and looks like I've got 3 Terminators and a Librarian. I think you should get 4 Terminators, but that doesn't really matter because I probably won't use these models anyway. I've got more modern looking Terminators that I'll probably use anyway. And these look to be the Space Marine Scouts and the Gene Stealers. We'll have a closer look at those models in a bit, but let's carry on looking in the box. Okay, these are some spare weapon sprues for the Tyranid warriors. You can see the Tyranid warriors tend to come with either bone swords or death spitters, as they call them, which are they're kind of guns, but they're organic guns. They actually kind of grow the ammo inside, and then a muscle contracts and kind of spits out or ejects the ammo at high speed. It's quite an interesting kind of way of thinking of an alien weapon. And here we have another death spitter gun. Next we've got the main board sections. This is what you actually kind of play on with the miniatures. Should be 6 of these. And oh, what's this? This is probably one that someone's printed out from probably a White Dwarf magazine, an extra mission tile. It's quite nice that they've included it. Not sure I'd actually use it, but yeah, it's quite good. Yeah, so it looks like we've got all 6 board sections. These are the objectives, so when you travel through the Tyranid hive ship, you have to destroy, I think, 4 of these to win the game. So you kind of randomly discover these, and I say you have to destroy them to defeat the Tyranids. This is the marine entry point, obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then we've got the rule book, so you get a kind of, it's like a quick start guide. Guys included a Games Workshop brochure. It's obviously a pack of all the little counters and dice you need to play the game. We got a Citadel Miniatures painting guide. It's quite cool on the back there. And we got the main rule book. There's a quick reference sheet on the back, so it'll be quite handy when you're playing it to have a look at the rules. And yeah, he put this in the description of the eBay video. It's going to include some of the extra rules, but I've already downloaded these online. But yeah, so these allow you to add dreadnoughts, and there's also rules I've got to add Eldar and some extra Tyranid units. I think you can add a Carnifex. Okay, let's have a closer look at the models then. So here we have the 3 Terminators and the Terminator Librarian in blue. First thing you can notice, the Terminator in red on the left has like a banner pole, whereas the 2 middle ones don't. Now this is quite common with these models. They all came with banner poles, but they tended to snap off quite easily, so you'll tend to find these older models, it's quite rare to find them with banner poles intact. I mean, some people take them off because they did kind of like aerials as well, so it did look a little bit strange. You kind of have a little remote controlled Terminator walking around. But I think the blue Terminator Librarian is probably the best painted one. And you can see the 2 red Terminators on the left have got storm bolters, but the one with the kind of redder gun is actually a heavy flamer. So I think you should have 4 Terminators and 1 Librarian, so I think we are missing one Terminator, but I knew that from the pictures anyway, so that's not really a problem. Next we've got the 3 Tyranid warriors with Death Spitters. These are pretty good. He's painted them red, so I could kind of just finish them off because I'll probably do them red anyway. Yeah, so they all look intact and kind of ready to be painted. Next we've got the 3 Tyranid warriors with bone swords. Now the one on the left is missing an arm by the look of it, but on the sprues that I looked at earlier we had quite a few bone swords, spare bone swords, so that shouldn't really be a problem to fix that. Next we've got the 8 classic Gene Stealers. Now I've got hundreds of these because I've got a few copies of Space Hulk and they came with hordes of them. But yeah, it's quite a nice paint job on these. It's done the basic colours. I mean, I could use a wash to kind of bring out the details a bit, but yeah, it's quite a nice basic paint job on those. Next we've got the 2 Gene Stealer hybrids. So these 2 Gene Stealers are probably 1st or 2nd generation. You can see they've lost one of their 4 arms, so they've got two kind of hand arms and 1 claw, and they're armed with I think one on the left's got a plasma pistol and the one on the right's got some kind of chainsword. Next we have the first squad of Space Marine Scouts. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the white faces and the black eyes make them look a little bit kind of ghostly undead, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, still pretty good. If I was going to use them, I think I would have to repaint them a little bit. I'm not sure how easy that would be because the paint looks quite thick on them. But yeah, I mean, they're still usable. The next squad of Space Marine Scouts is definitely the better painted squad. And as you can see, the guy with the banner pole is obviously the sergeant. yeah, quite a nice job on those. Again, I'm not sure I'd actually use these models. I've got other models I could use, but yeah, still for the age and the kind of the time they were probably painted, they're actually pretty good. So next up we have the these are like the little pictures of the big board sections that you use for working out the maps. So they're all here, and as you can see, the number 7 one at the bottom, again, that's the custom tile, so the guys made one for that as well. Again, I don't know if that's from a White Dwarf or what, but yeah, that's pretty good. Next is the Space Marine order cards. Now, these are a lot smaller than I thought they'd be, to be honest. I put the miniatures there so you can see how big the cards are. You can download these. Someone's made some custom ones online, or I might make my own because it's pretty easy to make them, to be honest. You can see they're just a picture with some text on the other side. These are kind of special play cards that you can use during the mission. I think they're one-off, so you can use them once, but yeah, it gives you kind of a boost for those situations where you think you're probably going to be overrun by Tyranids and Gene Stealers to try and fight your way out of it. And then next you get the exploration cards. Now, these are what you turn over when you move onto a new board section to see what you find. Sometimes you find powerful artifact weapons that actually help you out. Other times you find things that aren't quite so helpful. These are the counters. So the bottom ones are the teleport assist counters, and the top ones are the acid blobs. Now, I did know, as I say, I was looking at this game for a while, and I thought when I get it, I quite fancied replacing the acid blob counters with an actual acid blob miniature. So I thought it'd be quite nice to have models rather than these counters. So I looked on Thingiverse, and as we have a 3D printer, and yeah, these models I thought looked quite good. I mean, you can't see them too well at the moment because I haven't painted them, but they kind of got a kind of Slimer from Ghostbusters vibe going on. So yeah, once I get them painted up, I think I'll probably use them rather than the counters. You can see here I've put him next to a Space Marine Scout to give you an idea of the scale. I mean, obviously I can print him out whatever size I want, but I thought that might be a good size. And yeah, I think they'll look pretty good on the table. Next we have the artifact counters. Now these look just like the command point counters from Space Hulk, to be honest. I think it's just Games Workshop reusing some of its old stock, maybe. As I said, when you turn over an exploration card, sometimes you find an artifact weapon, and it will be like artifact weapon number 2 or something. So you'll put a number 2 next to the model that's got that weapon, so you know who's carrying it. And again, the number 7 is an extra one that has obviously been printed out by the seller of this item. Next, we have some counters. We've got 3 Hellfire shells, 2 Melter Bomb counters, and 2 Wound counters. I'm not entirely sure if that's the right amount of counters. Maybe there should be an extra Melter Bomb counter, but again, I don't think that's going to be a huge problem. We've got a couple of pretty basic white dice, so I normally use my own dice anyway. Next is the kind of quick reference sheet on how to play. It tells you how to set up, gives you examples of movement and combat, examples of exploration, and how the objectives work. Then obviously we've got the main 24-page rulebook and the Games Workshop World of Hobby Games. I don't know if these pamphlets came originally with it, but we'll have a look through them anyway. One thing that is quite good is in the Games Workshop World of Hobby Games booklet, there actually is a full-page advert for Tyranid Attack and Man-O-War, for those that remember that. But yeah, the Tyranid Attack one, there's quite a nice advert for it, to be honest. Looks quite good. And I suspect back in the day, it probably would have inspired me to go out and buy it, to be honest. And then finally, let's have a look around the side of the box. So this side has different Tyranid colour schemes. So you've got the normal kind of red schemes. I think the red with the yellow is probably the best of the red schemes, although I do quite like the white one, but I just feel that would look, if I painted it white, it'd probably just look a bit basic, to be honest. I don't think I'd better. White's a kind of hard colour, I think, to paint and highlight and actually make look good, rather than just looks like you've just base coated it in white. On the next side we've got a painting guide how to paint the scouts, and a step-by-step guide on how to paint the Tyranid warriors as well. Then we've got a display picture of some Games Workshop models of the era painted up nicely. And finally we've got some different colour schemes for the different scouts. Okay, so that's Tyranid Attack. Hopefully you enjoyed the look through the box. This is another game that hopefully we'll be putting up on our channel once the coronavirus lockdown ends and we can actually start getting together again. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to upload some more content soon.